TikTok is the present and is going to be the future. Let me give you a little bit of more context here. I'm not talking about TikTok as an app or ByteDance as a company. I'm talking about TikTok's style of videos. TikTok brought in a new style of videos which is so much easy to create, and usually these videos length is around 30 seconds to 90 seconds and somewhere in between. Now this short style of video is so much lucrative, so much amazing that a lot of people just get into it. Let me give you a more context onto this. See, when we used to make videos in the early days, YouTube people actually reached out to a lot of people and used to convey us some of the thoughts and some of the data that they actually got from the users itself. They used to convey us that if you are going to make your video to be watched by more people, make sure that the first 30 seconds or first 2 minutes are super engaging, super engaging. So all those video creators who listened to the YouTube guys and made the videos exactly like this, super catchy in the first 30 seconds or 60 seconds, they used to do well in the YouTube space. So this was the fact right in front of everyone, that if you make your video specially catchy in the first 30 seconds or 60 seconds, people are going to watch it more and probably till the end of the video too. The things get exciting. What if the entire video length is just 30 seconds? A lot of people did it in the past as well, but they were not as much successful on the YouTube. What if the entire platform just supports the 30 seconds, 60 seconds or 90 seconds of videos? Obviously that did super well. Now the argument behind these short format of video is that they don't do much. They barely educate, they barely entertain. So why do people actually watch them? They are almost like empty calories. Exactly my point. See, we all love soft drinks, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever you like, but we all drink them. Some people drink them on occasions, some people drink them on a daily basis. These soft drinks, soda or pop, they are full of sugar, they are just pure empty calories, yet we love to consume them. And I know that some of you might be saying, I don't consume them, but let's look at the stats. Coca-Cola is one of the biggest company all around, and everybody loves Coke or some of their product, and we love to gulp it down the empty calories. And that's exactly what happens with the video content as well. Whether the video is providing you entertainment or some educational values or infotainment, you don't really care about it, you just gulp it down. Now, every company saw this empty calories or empty videos from very far, and they were just looking forward that how we can break into that space, because we are already having a huge user base which is consuming the videos, but not as much as they are consuming it on TikTok. A lot of them tried and reached out to the TikTok to buy them out, but it didn't work out. So what they did instead? They tried to create or mimic what the TikTok was doing, bringing down these short video format on their own platform. And it worked. You may not like it, but it is absolutely working. YouTube went big with the shorts, and you can see the numbers on the short video format. The shorts, they are insanely high. Look at the Instagram. They brought in these short video format, aka Reels, right in the front and the center of the app. In fact, they replaced the create button on the very top, which if you do some UX research, you'll find that that's not the ideal place to move your thumb. So they are putting creators right on the top, which is not good place, and bringing the Reels right in the center, and it is working. Still don't believe me? Check out your Netflix app. Even Netflix got a simple format which is almost like a short video format, but they are bringing down these content from the famous movies and telefilms because they can. Okay, so far we have established the fact that this short video format works, but what it has to do something with YouTube removing the dislike button? Yes, it has everything to do with the TikTok. Let me explain it more. Coming back onto the real world scenario for a moment to explain it better. Where do you think people like to put their hoardings and their advertisement? On the road? Usually on the crossway. Usually where the four streets actually meets up. Crossway. Not only the advertisers, everybody who sells their food item, the smaller food cart and everybody, they all like to put where the most traffic is going to be. And that is usually the crossway, the crossroads. And the reasons are pretty obvious. This is the junction where a lot of people meet and spend a time a little bit, probably on due to the red lights or crossing or maybe something, whatever happens, they spend most time there. Advertising in the social media space is also just similar to that. Advertisers like to pay to the companies where the most traffic is going on. The channel who gets more views gets more advertising, and the channel who gets less views gets less advertising. Now coming back onto the real world, advertisers love to put the advertising where the traffic is more. But this is a little bit different in the social media world or in the online world. It is difficult to get traffic. And how to achieve that? Now, some people achieve this via controversies. Now, in the controversies, both people get huge amount of advantage. It's almost like somebody is hitting the car and people are getting surrounded to just look what is happening. Advertisers are getting advantage of it and putting more banners around. And yes, I totally agree with your point that hitting the car is not really a great deal. Why would advertisers like to put their advertising on such places places where cars are hitting back to back. Yes, exactly my point. YouTube likes controversies, that's why they push their content, but they don't like negativity behind these controversies. So YouTube has cracked down the format that short video works. Now they have equal amount of engagement as they used to have on the TikTok. The only final stone that is left to move away from the road is how we can utilize these controversies, and also at the same time, these advertisers don't get to see what the controversy is all about. And not just the controversy, sometimes creators that really don't put out the great videos, and they are absolutely atrocious videos. And on those videos, the clear marker for an advertiser to see that is it a good video on this platform or this platform just consumes garbage videos is a quick matrix of like and dislike ratios. Now, surely there are comments, but advertisers are usually big guys and they don't have that much of time to look into each comments and see the context of the video and find out all of that. The clear ratio is finding out like and dislike ratios. So here's the final summary for you. YouTube runs on advertisement, and advertisers love to pay where there is more engagement and also positive engagement. Engagement definitely is super high on YouTube, but it can be reached onto the next level if YouTube and all these similar platforms includes the short style format of the video. That was the step 1. The step 2 is to somehow remove the hate or the clear-cut metrics on the platform which denotes the hate or how the videos are doing. And one of the easiest way to do so is just by removing the dislike button, because to find out the context from the comment is difficult. So now, if you do controversies, make bad videos, or spread misinformation, no matter what happens, your views are going to be high. Your probably like ratio is going to be a little bit lower, but at least it's going to be a like ratio. It is absolutely good for advertisement. So let me put it out, it's a little bit harsh, but YouTube is not doing anything for the health and the benefit of creators. Surely that might be the intention, but that's just 10% intention. The real thing is advertisement. So now you know about it. It's really simple. It's engagement, it's money. That's how it is all working. Nothing is free, my friend. Nothing is free. Money.